Wayne Thiebaud is an American artist that I think that you'll enjoy. As you can see, his pictures, not all of them, have to do with desserts and cakes. Some of them he did just regular landscapes or people. He was an artist that did a lot of things, but for our project, we're going to be focusing in on some of his delectable treats. As you take a look, he's an American painter who's known for his bright and cheerful paintings of sweets like cakes, ice cream cones, and lollipops. He's associated with the pop art movement in American art. I thought this would be a really fun project to get started with today. Let's go ahead and begin making our own as our inspiration from our Wayne Thiebaud artist. As you can see, there's a couple different ways that you can use your caked stacked assignment, but these are just some basic ideas to get us started. Begin by folding your paper into eighths, in half again, and in half lastly. I'm going to review these steps that you're seeing on the board if this is something that you would like to do. It makes your cakes look three-dimensional. It makes your cakes look round or curved or like just more realistic. The second method I'm going to show you is a little bit more like a flat. The cake looks flat by the time that you're finished. Not that it's a problem, but it's just another way of doing this project. Whichever way that you feel more comfortable with is what you can do. Then once you've stacked your cakes 3 high, I want you to take some time and decorate your cakes. You know, like perhaps your cake is a birthday cake or an anniversary cake, whichever way you want to do it. The second way I wanted to show you is those rectangular cakes. You can go ahead and decorate that again however you want to, but as you can see, these cakes look a little bit flatter. They look like not so three-dimensional. But again, it's regardless, however you want to decorate your cakes, it's totally up to you. You know, like I sometimes don't show this in the videos, but if you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. That's why we're starting in pencil. So if you wanted to keep the same theme, it could be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. Now that I have my pencil work done, I'm grabbing some wet, my tempera cakes, and I'm going to start applying color. I began with using one color in this example. You'll see another example that has a totally different look, but I just started out with using yellow, a plain light base color that I could put down. And then once it dries, I'm going to do more designing and decorating of my patterns and designs with oil pastel. So this is one way of doing it. You don't have to have all the same base color, but this is just one of the options I was thinking that you could try. Especially if you put a lot of time and work into your pencil work, this might be a good choice. Placing on one color of paint and then adding some oil pastel decor once the paint's dry. Second method, different colors onto each stacked painting or cake. Now that mine has taken a moment and let it dry, I'm taking some oil pastels and I'm adding some defining lines of what I've drawn onto my cakes. So I just thought I'd just take a moment, and now that it's starting to dry, the areas that were dry, I just took my oil pastels and made it so it could stand out and have some really cool designs and patterns standing out in my my cakes. So you can see that I'm outlining my patterns as well as adding some colors, and I just had a lot of fun in this step. Okay, and once you finish working with your oil pastels, I want you to go ahead and grab a pair of scissors and cut off the background space, the white space that you no longer need. Okay, we want to get rid of some of those fold lines. We want to cut that out and put it onto a contrasting background sheet of construction paper. This is what makes it nice. If your paint got out of the lines, you can get rid of that. I noticed yellow didn't look very good, so I grabbed another sheet of construction paper and placed that on for my background color. As another choice, this is my colored different colored project that I showed you earlier, and I'm just adding some more oil pastel decorations just to see what this would look like compared to the other one that had a solid color with different oil pastel designs. You can decide what you like best. They both turn out great by the time that they're both finished. Lastly, I wanted to allow you to take a look at some of these flower design sheets that you can use to add some decoration and dimension onto your project. If I have any foam flowers or designs that you can use, go ahead and use those as well. I almost feel like the construction paper turned out better though, because instead of one solid color, oil pastels really did a nice job making a little bit more dimension and a little bit more decoration onto my project. So I wanted to slow down a little bit and show you that once more. Grab some construction paper and begin by drawing out some flowers. Once you've drawn it in pencil, I want you to grab some oil pastels and either outline, take some oil pastels and add some more color. You'll notice in each of my flowers, I didn't stop with just 2 colors. The more colors that you add, the more interesting and more three-dimensional these flowers start to look. Once I've drawn around the flowers, you'll notice I'm using a time-saving technique right now. Once I've drawn one flower, cut it out so that you have 2. I'm going to go ahead and glue down the center, and now with my second one, I'm going to do the same thing, applying more than a couple oil pastel colors and designs onto the flower. So not only do you have the construction paper color, but I'm adding in some dimension with the oil pastel colors that I've added. That was really fun. I like having a few extras to choose from to see which ones I like best that work better for my project. So I'm going to do the same method again. I'm going to draw out my flower, grab some construction paper and oil pastels, and instead of just having one flower, I'm cutting out 2 at the same time. Once I've cut out 2 and the centers of the flowers, I'm going to set that aside, and as it's setting aside, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the second flower. This one's a cool color. I'm grabbing some cool oil pastels, and I'm adding some more color and dimension onto this project. Fantastic. I really like the way these look. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my 3 dimensional flowers and add those to my cake for a little bit more interest and variety of colors and designs into my work. You can use as many flowers as you have time to make, and I just wanted you to have fun as you continue working on your Wayne Thiebaud assignment. Have fun, everyone!